After 40, you don't have the luxury of wrong company. You don't have the time to recover from toxic relationships. Every year that passes is a year you can never buy back. And yet, most people will spend the next decade of their life surrounded by the exact people who are quietly making sure they never rise. And the worst part is this: these people don't look dangerous. They look very familiar. They look like people you already know, people you have already trusted. It could be the person who borrowed money from you and made you feel guilty for asking for it back. It could be that friend who celebrated your struggles rather than your wins. That relative who only called when they needed something and disappeared when you were the one in need. They have shown you themselves and you kept the door open for them because you are a good person. You believe that if you gave more, forgave more, endured more, they would change. Well, they did not change. And now you are standing at 40 or even past it, and time is no longer something you can waste. After 40 is different from every other age. At 20, you had time to recover from bad company. You could waste 3 years on the wrong friendship, walk away and still rebuild. The clock was generous and the margin was wide. At 30, you were still building, still figuring things out. You could afford to misplace your trust a few times and call it a lesson. But at 40, the math changes completely. At 40, a wasted year is not just a wasted year. It is a year your children needed the best version of you. It is a year your body needed you to be less stressed. It is a year your finances needed your full focus. It is a year your purpose sat waiting while you poured yourself into someone who was never going to pour back. The people attempting to destroy your life are not strangers, and that is what even makes them more dangerous. They are the ones who have been sitting close enough to cost you everything, so close that you never thought to question the price. After 40, the cost of bad company is no longer abstract. It shows up in your bank account, in your health, in the mirror, in the distance between you and who you always knew you were supposed to become. Understand that the most expensive people in your life are never the obvious ones. They are never the ones who openly attacked you. They are the ones who came in close, who knew your dreams before you fully knew them yourself, who sat across from you at dinner, called you friend, and consistently made sure you stayed exactly where they needed you to be. This video is going to hurt some of you, because some of the people I'm about to describe are people you love. Some of them share your last name. Some of them have been in your life for 20 years. But the truth does not care about your comfort. Before we dive into identifying the 12 kinds of people you must avoid after 40, I need you to do something first. If this message is already speaking to you, don't just sit back and listen. Like this video. Share it with at least 3 people who needed to hear this. And in the comments, type the word enough. Because at some point, you have to decide that you have had enough of being drained, used and disrespected. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that now. Because this is the kind of truth that will protect your next chapter. So here are 12 types of people you must remove from your life after 40. And as I describe each one, I need you to do something difficult. Stop performing loyalty to people who were never truly loyal to you. Because your next chapter cannot be written by someone who was invested in keeping your last one exactly the same. 1. The dream thief. This person is often disguised as a realist. They speak in reasonable tones. They do not scream at your ideas. They indirectly mock them. They pretend as if they care. They tilt their head and say things like, "I don't have any problems with what you are about to do, but I don't just want to see you get hurt." Or they will say something like, "Have you really thought this through?" Or they can even decide to be sarcastic and say, "People like us don't do things like that." They always weaponize logic. They package their fear as your protection. This kind of person has usually given up on their own dreams, and they are unconsciously terrified that yours will succeed. They are the ones who will never take risk, and they hate those who are taking bold steps. Every time you get excited, they get nervous, because your excitement is a reflection of their own self-abandonment. These kind of people are not evil, they are just broken. But you need to distance yourself from them, because broken people always break things. Having them around is putting your future at stake. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you give a dream thief access to your aspirations, you surrender mastery of your own destiny. After 40, you cannot afford a single stolen dream. Not one. Every dream they kill is a version of you that dies with it. According to Norman Cousins, the greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. 2. The chronic complainer. For this kind of person, nothing is ever right. The weather is wrong. The government is corrupt. Their boss is unfair. They see their children as ingrates. Life is hard. People are fake. The economy is broken. Everything is a problem. Nothing is a solution. Every conversation with them is a download of mystery. You leave them feeling heavier than when you arrived. This kind of person has made suffering their identity. To take away their complaints is to take away their personality. According to the Chinese proverb, a man who cannot smile should not open a shop. This kind of person has been closed for years, closed to joy, closed to possibility, closed to growth, and they want you to be closed with them. They will always find a problem inside any solution given. They are always looking for a fault in any good thing they see. Science has also confirmed what ancient wisdom knew. The people around us neurologically affect our own emotional states. You cannot sit in a room full of smoke and not smell like smoke. You cannot spend your morning with someone who consistently sees the wrong in everything and still walk into your day with clarity and purpose. It is not possible. After 40, your mental environment is your most precious real estate. Please protect it. 3. The emotional vampire. This kind of person does not come to give. They come to take. Every conversation cycles back to their problem. Every gathering becomes their stage. They are always in crisis, always overwhelmed, always needing rescuing. And you, because you are a good person, you always show up with a rope to pull them out. But if you notice, they are never actually out. There is always another pit. They feed on your empathy. They have learned that your compassion is a renewable resource they can exploit indefinitely. They will call you at midnight, not because there is an emergency, but because they need an audience. They will never ask about your life, and when they eventually do, it takes exactly 6 seconds before the conversation pivots back to them. In Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita speaks of the tamasic person, one dominated by inertia, darkness, and dependence, and warns that association with such a person pulls even the most disciplined soul towards stagnation. After 40, your energy is not limitless. Every ounce you give to emotional vampire is an ounce not given to your children, your purpose, your health, and your peace. 4. The fake encourager. On the surface, this kind of person will cheer you on. They will say, "Go for it." They say all the right things, but watch them closely. Watch their face when you actually succeed. Watch how quickly they go quiet. Watch how they suddenly become too busy to celebrate you. Watch how they find ways to minimize your win. They say things like, "Oh, well, you were just lucky," or "The timing was just right for you." The truth is this kind of person genuinely wants you to succeed, but they just don't want you to do better than them. Their encouragement has a ceiling, and that ceiling is exactly 1 inch above where they currently stand. If you have this kind of person in your circle, you will begin to self-censor your victories. You will start hiding your progress to protect their feelings. You will shrink yourself to fit their comfort zone. And then one day, you will look in the mirror and not recognize who is looking back at you. And this is because you have been performing mediocrity for the comfort of someone who was never truly in your corner. 5. The gossip. This kind of person knows everything about everybody. When you are with them, you will feel special, like you have been given insider access to the world. They whisper to you about others. They confide. They bond with you through shared secrets. It feels intimate. It feels like loyalty, but it is not. Understand this clearly. Anyone who gossips to you about others will definitely gossip about you to others. And the moment you are not in the room, you will become the content. Your marriage, your finance, your failures, your fears, all of it becomes currency in their social transactions. According to Proverbs 20:19, a gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid anyone who talks too much. If you have this kind of person around you after 40, your reputation, which is one of your most valuable assets, is in the hands of someone who trades in other people's shame. One conversation in the wrong ear can close opportunities, destroy relationships forever, and shut doors permanently. Seneca wrote, "Retire into yourself as much as possible." After 40, your business is nobody's business. Identify the people that gossip and remove them permanently from your circle. 6. The perpetual victim. Everything that has happened to them is someone else's fault. Their childhood was terrible. Their ex was a monster. Their boss was evil. Their friends all betrayed them. The system failed them. Society ignored them. Every chapter of their life is a story of what was done to them, and not a single page about what they did about it. Victimhood has become their power. As long as they are the victim, they are never responsible. As long as they are the victim, they have a reason to stay still, stay bitter, and stay dependent. And here's the danger. They need you to agree with them. They need validation. They need you to confirm that the world is against them. And every time you do, you become a co-author of their paralysis. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an entire empire while dealing with war, betrayal, personal loss, and plague, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The perpetual victim will slowly transfer their helplessness to you if you keep them in your circle. You will begin to see your own setbacks through their lens as proof that life is also against you. Your greatest asset after fault is resilience. Don't allow the mindset of victimhood to poison you. 7. The user. You will know them by their pattern, not their words. They arrive when they need something and disappear when the need is met. They remember your phone number only during their storms. They remember your birthday only when they need a favor. Every relationship with them has an invoice attached, even if it is never spoken. They are not friends. Everything about them is transactional. They are often charming, exceptionally charming. They know exactly how to make you feel valued before extracting value from you. They speak the language of reciprocity while practicing one-way extraction. The Chinese proverb says, "He who rides a tiger cannot dismount." Once you let a user into your life, the moment you stop giving is the moment you will discover you were never truly loved. You were only useful. You will continue giving until one day you have nothing left to give, and in that moment, at your lowest, they will disappear. Not dramatically, just quietly. And you will be left not just empty but confused, questioning your worth. wondering if generosity is a curse. It is not a curse, you just placed it in the wrong hands. 8. The anchor. This one is particularly painful because they are often people you love. They are not bad people. They are people who are stuck and they want you to be stuck with them. Change makes them uncomfortable. Your growth is a threat to the balance of the relationship. Every time you try to evolve, to read more, to earn more, think differently, explore new possibilities, they try to pull you back to what is familiar, to who you used to be, to the version of you that needed them. They say things like, "You have changed," as if that is an accusation. They say, "Why can't things just go back to how they were?" They are always very comfortable with your limitations because your limitations kept you at their level. In Zen Buddhism, there is a concept of the beginner's mind, approaching life with openness and a willingness to grow always. The anchor often has a finished mindset. They believe they will never change. They want to remain the same forever, and they want you to have the same mindset. If you have this kind of person around you, you will have to choose between your growth and your comfort. You will keep shrinking back to feed their frame. You will delay the evolution that your soul is screaming for because you do not want to hurt their feelings. And 10 years from now, you will look back and realize that you stayed small for someone who never even appreciated the sacrifice. 9. The jealous one. This kind of person will often smile at your face, but deep down they hate your progress. They can never be happy for you. Never. Not genuinely. Not deeply. When you share good news, something flickers behind their eyes. Not joy. Something older and darker. They will praise you publicly and undermine you privately. They will support you in the room and question your abilities in the corridors. In Yoruba wisdom, the same tradition that gave us some of the deepest proverbs about human nature, there is a saying, "The one who trips you on the path is often the one who is helping you up." The jealous one in your life is invested in appearing supportive. They already know that open hostility would expose them, so they walk quietly, casually discouraging you of certain things, occasionally planting doubt in your ability. If you keep this kind of people around you, you will be trusting someone who is quietly working against you. You will be confused when doors that are supposed to stay open start shutting against you. You will wonder why your plan seems to unravel in ways you cannot explain. And worst of all, you will keep coming back to them for advice, giving them more intelligence to use against you. After 40, you must be ruthlessly discerning about who sees your blueprints. 10. The financially reckless one. They live for today and borrow against tomorrow. They have never met a financial plan they could keep. They have this gift for spending money that does not belong to them. They come to you with opportunities that always seem just on the edge of brilliance. They always seem to need your investments. They have borrowed before and repaid just enough to borrow again. This kind of person is not necessarily dishonest. Some are genuinely incapable of financial discipline. But after 40, your money represents something it did not represent at 26. It represents years. It represents sacrificed sleep, sacrificed time, sacrificed opportunities. Every single dollar you worked for after 40 is richer with meaning because you know now deeply what it costs. Financial loss after 40 is not just a setback. It is a wound to your legacy. According to Proverbs 22, from 26 to 27, do not be the one who shakes hand in pledge or puts up security for debts. If you lack the means to pay, your very bed will be snatched from under you. Keep your resources away from those who cannot respect their own. 11. The negative prophets. They have a prophecy for everything, and it is always dark. You will hear them saying things like, The economy is going to collapse. No one ever makes it legally unless they do fraud. There are no honest people in the world. People will always betray you in the end. All women are the same. All men are the same. It is too late to start over. They are the self-appointed messengers of doom, and they deliver their prophecies with the conviction of someone who has personally tested every limit and found them all closed. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was literally born a slave, who had every reason to believe the world was against him, still thought that the only thing that belongs to you is your judgment, your inner narrative. The negative prophet is someone who has surrendered their inner narrative to the worst possible interpretation of everything. And they tend to evangelize their surrender. They want converts. After 40, your belief system is your navigation system. What you believe about what is possible determines the size of the life you will build. One negative prophet, if given enough access, enough breakfast conversations, enough late-night phone calls, can systematically reprogram your belief about what is possible for you. And once that belief collapses, everything will collapse with it. 12. The one who disrespects your peace. This kind of person is often loud in your quiet. They are often a chaos in your calm. They always pick fight over nothing. They manufacture drama where there is none. They are triggered by your stillness because your peace is a judgment on their noise. They cannot sit with silence. They cannot allow joy to exist without testing it. They cannot let good things be good without introducing uncertainty, conflict, or emotional turbulence. In Japanese philosophy, there is the concept of ma, the sacred power of empty space, of silence, of peace. The Japanese build entire gardens around it. They understand that what is not there is often more important than what is. After 40, your peace is your ma. It is the space in which your best thinking happens, your deepest healings occurs, your greatest creativity emerges. When you allow someone to continuously disturb your peace, you are not just losing sleep or losing calm. You are losing the conditions required for wisdom. You are losing the space in which good decisions are made. The prophet Isaiah said, "In quietness and confidence shall be your strength." The one who disrespects your peace is systematically dismantling your greatest source of strength. You have just had 12 portraits, and if you are honest, truly honest, at least 2 or 3 of them have a face, a name, a phone number saved in your contact right now. Here is what I need you to understand before you close this video. Removing someone from your life after 40 is not cruelty. It is not bitterness, and it is not pride. It is the most serious act of self-respect a grown person can perform. You are not 28 anymore. You cannot afford to keep people around hoping they will change, hoping the relationship will evolve, hoping that one day they will finally show up for you the way you have shown up for them. Hope is not a strategy, especially at this age, not with this much on the line. Every single person you remove who was draining you is creating space. Space for clarity. Space for people who are actually aligned with where you are going. Space for the version of yourself that has been waiting patiently, painfully, for you to finally choose them. The next 10 years of your life are not guaranteed, but they are still yours to shape. Please shape them deliberately. Shape them around people who make you sharper, not smaller. Around people who celebrate your wins without counting them. Around people who, when you are not in the room, are still in your corner. You survived everything that came before this moment. It is time to stop surviving the wrong people and start building with the right ones. If this video spoke something real in you, don't just watch and move on. Like this video right now. Share it with at least 3 people who are over 40 and overdue for this conversation. not as an attack on anyone in their life, but as a gift. Because sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for someone is hand them the mirror they have been avoiding. And if you are not subscribed yet, do it now. Hit the bell, because this is what we do here. We tell the truth, especially those ones that are very hard to say.